There is always a reason to be ready for the weekend, but this morning we are giving you an extra one because Sarah Moore is here representing the Four Bridges Arts Festival, back this year live and in person for its 21st year. Good to see you.
Thank you, Julie. I'm really glad to be here.
I am having so much fun shopping, and now I think I want to come to your house because as I have been oohing and awing over the pieces that you brought with you today, you said, oh yeah, these are all collections of mine because you love these artists.
Yeah, so I've been running the festival now for a year and a half, and so I know all of the artists who are coming. But during our virtual show last September, I actually purchased several of these and then a couple more through our gallery. And I'm so glad to be able to support these artists.
So here's what's so fun, and this is what's great, I think, about it being back in person, because when you go, you can talk to the artist, you can discover what it is that makes the pieces you're going to buy truly one of a kind. So for example, I'll jump in with the jewelry that's down here. You can just leave it there, but they're beautiful just to look at those earrings. Then Sarah, you told me what they're made from.
Yes, those earrings are actually made of goose egg shells. They are hand painted with a batik technique with a sort of dye resist, and then she individually cuts each piece out of the goose egg and fills it with epoxy.
So they're light. You know how you want a nice sized earring, but if it's too heavy you can't wear it. These are nice and light.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, and they've just got really beautiful details on them.
Everybody's looking for those little spring accents to bring into their porch or their kitchen or you name it. You can't beat this little guy. Who is this artist?
This is an artist named John Feskin, and he does all kinds of these wonderful little vignettes with these little artists that he hand sculpts and fills with moss and other little background techniques. He also does a selection of silhouette art of other little animals and people.
And I have the advantage that you can't have because I can see the back of these pieces, and many of them are inscribed. So on the back of this one, he's written, "Humility is a virtue."
Yes.
So you have a little daily takeaway as
absolutely.
well. The older I get, the more I like loud, vibrant, bright things. So I'm in love with your pocketbook.
Yes, the pocketbook is a guy named Scotty Jones who runs a company called Earthy Fiber Art. He actually designs all the textiles on here and hand screen prints the designs from old advertisements from old magazines. Everything's handmade on there, hand stitched, and they're fabulous.
So talk a little bit about the Arts Festival, because some of the artists that we've been pointing out this morning are regional, they're not local.
Yes.
Others are local. That's the whole thing. You're attracting from all over, right?
Right. So we have about 400 artists that usually apply for the show every year. Then we have a panel of jurors who come through and score all the artists, and we select down to the best of the best. So we have about 117 artists coming this year. Each year, about 10 to 15% of those artists are local, which says a lot about our local arts community, because it's all judged blind. Nobody knows where those folks are from.
Really?
So we are really glad to be able to spotlight local artists like that. We also have a selection of emerging artists that we show off every year. That's 5 local artists who have never done a festival or a gallery show before. Martha is one of those this year. And the First Horizon sponsors those artists for us.
Talk about your potter, will you? This is beautiful.
Yes, this is a local artist named Jonathan Clardy. He runs 423 Pottery over on the North Shore, and he will be at the festival this weekend. But he just does beautiful, sort of very natural forms with these beautiful earthy glazes.
When you look at pottery, I think especially, I mean, art is its own unique talent, but pottery, it's like looking at a beautiful animal when you begin to see how the natural markings are.
Absolutely. And you can see glaze drips on this. You can see places where he's put his finger in to make the handle stay on, and it's really beautiful to be able to see the hand in a piece like that.
I think also what's nice that you do is that you've made it easy for people to get in. It's a $5 entry, and if you're 18 or under, you get in for free.
Correct, and you don't even need to buy tickets in advance. You can just buy at the gate, $5 for adults, free for kids under 18. We try to make it accessible for everybody.
And it's become really a ritual for so many people here where they enjoy going, and each year they at least come home with one item and create a collection.
Absolutely, and we do try to make sure that our artists have a representative of cost, from everything from a entry cost of $35 to $50 for items up to several thousand depending on your budget.
And David Carnes was just walking down the stairs and he said, Sarah, you're going to have a great weekend for it weather-wise, so you couldn't have picked a better time.
We are thrilled with the weather report for this weekend. We just are so excited. It's going to be great.
Don't let the pollen get in your way, because you're going to be under the shelter at the First Horizon Pavilion. Everything happens this weekend. Again, you don't have to buy your tickets in advance. Just bring $5, walk through the door, and find what calls to you and know the story behind it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Julie.
Like, I don't